behind, I'll be home until you hurry. All the way to bottom of the map, I've seen it all. It can all toss your way, don't get attached to the current spits, no flurries. The rhythm won't worry. If you fall behind, I'll be home until you hurry. With the horn, I'll be on the dog. Can't take a loss with the boss in the wind. With the horn, I'll be on the dog. Can't take a loss with the boss in the wind. All the way to bottom of the map, I've seen it all. It can all toss your way, don't get attached. With the horn, be on the dog. Can't take a loss with the boss in the wind.
They say to run when it all goes dark, but I know where I'm gonna be. Next to the girl with a broken heart and a temper like the fallen leaves. I want to have you, I'm nothing without you. My music, it needs you, and I do. I breathe you. I try to erase us, the look on their faces when they thought they'd break us. We were ready for the earthquake.
Hello and welcome back, friends, to another match in the Premier League. This week we have a Division 5 showdown between 75th Rangers and 50A, and we're on Elsenborn, in case you haven't noticed. So we have a map flip that's imminent here in the next 30 seconds, a little under that amount of time. So really excited to get into a Elsenborn matchup on Dugout Tank. So the person I'm going to be joining on here is actually building some nodes at the start. So while we wait here, why don't we pull up the division standings here for Division 5. So this is week 1, so everyone's still 0-0 for the time being at least. But we talked a little bit about this on the Insiders podcast the other night or last night, and 75th was agreed upon by the panel that we had on as one of the dark horse favorites in this division. So I don't think a lot of people out there maybe are familiar with who they are and what kind of team that they are, but we're certainly going to find out here today on an off-meta choice like Elsenborn. So the 75th will be the Axis in this one, and then 50A the Allies. Just gonna wait until there we go. Havoc has created his squad. I'm gonna join in here and we will pop up in admin cam. Let's do one of these. And here we are. So offset points, or I'm sorry, not offset, just looks like it because of how Dugout and the farm are kind of situated here. But I think this is good for 50A. Even if they are to lose the point here, they are still in a position where they can push off their defensive. We've talked about this a lot on these broadcasts on just how important having those inline points are. 75th is going to have a harder time if they come away with the loss here, having to push diagonally and quite a ways diagonally. So it's going to be interesting to see if they come out here strong for the mid cap or harder than usual, but I'm sure they have their start of match very nailed down. We're going to start the timer here so I don't forget. In 3, 2, 1, and we are ready to go. So we take a look at the map. 75th looking to kind of spread out, as we see so common in the modern day. This recon tank is interesting to me. 2 SLs in there. Gonna maybe go up here, look for a snipe down into the front of Dugout tank. That is a pretty elevated position here. It gives you a lot of opportunities as the Germans. But otherwise, pretty stacked in the middle here. If we pan over here, I'm interested to see what 50A has got going on. So we see them here, couple AT guys on top of a truck, so maybe they're going to go in for something on the move. We have Chandel, but let's take a peer this way off the opener. We could always look at the map to see what's going on with 75th. The wall has dropped. No wall snipes, typical of Elsenborn, honestly, at the start. We do see that recon tank going to take that high ground. I'm interested to see what they're up to over here. Just have to listen for the audio cue on that. We don't want to get too far away from the battle here, guys. See these rocket guys coming in. 75th also coming in. A really tough push up this hill for the Allies. A lot of open ground to cover. You do have the trees, but the elevation is not working in your favor. It's just you got to hope to get there as quick as possible and take as much ground as possible. But looks like they're doing just that. Truck breaches the other side for 75th, and these two teams are about to clash here in the middle. Bonks the truck in. Tons of 75th jump out of that truck. See Conman leading the way here. Truck now arriving for 50A. Loads of manpower out of that truck. And the first frags are on the 50A side, but they trade quickly. 75th was the early favor on this point, on this cap. Already nearing about 40%. We see another truck late arriving for 75th. Believe it's just a driver, but oh no, and they get taken out by, might have been a tank in the distance. There's the Lux has pulled up as well here on the west side, kind of solidifying that western wing. And Tony already being able to push up and gets castered cursed, but they are taking up a lot of ground here, and this is exactly what they got to do. Keep the momentum going. and take these spawns, especially in this influx moment here, as you're closing in on a probable cap. You can see just how difficult of a spot this is here for 50A. Just these very unforgiving. Big spawn wave on this OP. Barbas, his OP over here. And we'll see what he does as this point is captured, because as a squad leader, he's doing exactly what he has to do: stay alive, make sure that he's able to reestablish his outpost. Okay, yep, smartly backs up. Gets the outpost back up. Really, really good play. You know, that's like a micro play that matters so much here, or especially in the early on point of the game. But they do get very accurately infantry marked by 75th. So a great cap. Let's take a look at the map here. Immediate post cap. 75th still working on setting back up. Get a couple garrisons up here already. This garrison might be a little bit dangerous considering they really won't be able to get anything close to the point on the back side. They'll have to go forward side. So we'll see how that impacts their ability to set up this mid cap. But a solid cap by 75th. And I think a lot of the dark horse comments that were being talked about last night on the Insiders podcast are coming true here with how that opening went. Let's update the scoreboard to reflect. 3-2 for the 75th Rangers. It's going to take more than that, though, to kick 50A out of the sector here. You can see just how strong that they are working these trenches on the north side of the point here. It's just going to be Cornbread Fred, 69. Was one of the better names that I've seen this season so far. Oh, and, you know, the Caster's Curse doesn't spare people with incredible names. Unfortunately for Cornbread there. That's great. A lot of players that I recognize from having played other places. You know, Horty, Countryman. Seen a lot of familiar names from around the community. So the experience of 75th looks to be playing a big factor here at the start. Conman doing exactly what you have to do. Just keep pushing the OPs. Eventually you will get through. Just a 1v1 against Ziox. He able to come out on top, and he might come upon a little bit of a turkey shoot here, but artillery, not today. So you can see the value of keeping that OP up. Barbas and his squad is 6-manning it into the point. Gonna be causing problems for them, especially with this damaged Panzer IV here. Infantry is creating a nice little bubble for that outpost. Countryman is working on it. I can oh, but Kark, or Rio, putting that shotgun to use before going down to Lord Foe back here, doing the unglamorous work of shooting flares all game. We appreciate you as infantrymen, and I'm sure the tankers do too. But let's take a look at the map. We have Lima and Oscar squad already kind of in that flanking maneuver into the G column. On the other side of things, Charlie squad playing equally wide out to the map edge on the west. Garrison is hot behind dugout tanks. We have Julkio over here. Going to be hunting this garrison, but LWG 78 puts him down. Back on this meat grind, and 75th is starting to close in on the outpost that we saw over here. I'm not sure. Yep, it is still up. That's Barbas' OP. It's getting hammered by artillery, so you could imagine how painful that is for Barbas and his squad. Going uphill against STGs, and you got Horty there with the FG-42. Oh my goodness. Poor guys. Barbas keeps able to get close up here, though, which I'm sure his squad is like, how are you doing it, dude? Big kill on the front line here. Now just Country, but Country with that MP40. Prime territory for that one. Would like to see 75th start pushing out and just trying to wipe this outpost. We see Washed out there with Tony on the west doing just that. Tony's able to get this guy over here, and I think he's about to pop an outpost. Or he might have just, so. That west side is certainly clearing up. This meat grind is still tough because of this outpost, but it is being thoroughly and completely farmed by the 75th artillery. We take a look out here on the east. Pretty big battles going on. These fields are really tough, but Easy, Bear Claw, Conman in good spots to get a nice crossfire on these guys and allow Qonzer and all those guys over there to just fix them in position. Allow Conman to do what he's doing here and see if he can make a play. So hard to see you when you're inside these bushes in particular are tough. You can see like Strategia over there. He's very hard to see. Very important battle here. Be very quiet. Oh man, just gonna push it. Reasonably, 50A has a garrison around here, I would imagine. These two guys are gonna come right up on top of each other here. That was anticlimactic. Let's back off here and take a look at the map again. We have the garrison getting taken out here by Super Fleens. Good attempt on the rocket to save it, but gonna end up taking that one out, weakening this east side for 75th. But we have guys like oh, this is their recon. Then we have Parks over here in the hard cap. Quite a bit of 50A hanging around here to counteract that, but wonder if maybe they can't be better served out there in the meat grind. But still, this is kind of getting broken down slowly by 75th. The armor battle, something we've not really seen a ton of. Can probably focus a little bit more on that with this Tiger now making the first appearance that we've seen of a heavy. 15 minutes into this, and we'll keep an eye out for any sort of heavy on the Allied side, but this front line is certainly getting pushed back just little by little. This forest really just the last thing standing, and the really only thing defending is the fact that it's extremely hard to take. But Whoopi with that Car 98. Rocket flies across our screen. I think we see or hear the medium, which is still up over here, and then a 76 as well. I don't believe these two tanks have any sort of visual on each other just yet. But you can see the softening of this front line and the aggression paying off. That Tiger might be aware of that 76 presence just on how he's moving here. Let's see if he's able to get a little shot in, or if he's able to see it even from his angle. Through these trees is tough to say. Maybe not just yet. Ooh. Maybe, or maybe not. We'll see. Now we see this meat grind really coming to a head. Government slaves, Sachs, Conman, all pushing in here. Only guy that was defending it goes down to either a round or some artillery splash. And this point's getting a little bit surrounded here. You have these guys kind of taking some attention over here to the east. And this meat grind, and it's going to come down to the OP over here, but it's getting just absolutely smashed with artillery right now. So if government slaves can push up here and get that outpost. Let's see. Oh, there's another spawn. Using that FG-42 to good work. Only gets one, and now there's just one left to defend it. Big Vio goes down, but no one around to take out the outpost. It's gonna get another spawn wave on it. Cordy gonna probably prioritize the outpost. Oh, and they spawn. Oh ho! Vio saves the outpost, but now it's Conman's turn. Conman takes one down and is pushing the outpost, and it pops the outpost. Or I'm not sure, the SL might have replaced it. But now you might see a little bit of cap pressure begin. Maybe not quite, just because of the hard cap presence, but with these guys pushing in here, I'm not sure if this is a garrison or an outpost. Oof. That FG-42, this is like prime territory for it. And this cattle shed is now owned by the 75th, and they can put a garrison here. I see they have supplies ready to do it. I think Qonzer is going to be doing that right now, in fact. I don't know if he'll build it inside or maybe on the backside, but some smoke shells coming in. 76 taking shots as a blizzard also rolls in at a bad time for these tanks because they were engaging each other, but now not anymore. Easy with a couple track shots. That's a tank shell. That's Bandit's tank. You can see him through the forest just barely. And they get popped by Roman, Nico Mercator, and Kevin. So this tank keeping 75th in the game here easy with the harassing shots, slowing down those repairs. Constant harassment here. Woofy working on the flank. Not sure if he has any rockets left. Gets it. Whoopee. After a constant harassment of that tank, finally goes down to the infantry. And the infantry of 75th is pushing heavy behind that. Unfortunate to lose their heavy in that, but trading it out is not the worst thing in the world, provided that there's not another 76, on the field close by just yet. So seeing this getting tighter and tighter for 75th, now pushing into some more urban setting, and this area, Elsenborn Ridge, is really fun to fight in. So I'm kind of jealous of these guys, at least from an infantry standpoint, fighting this close quarters blizzard that we got going on here. concentration here now, getting kind of enveloped by these 3 75ths. Oh no, that could potentially be another spawn of 50A, and you know, they just need to kind of settle down and focus on getting the logistics up. Granted, we can't see the map, but I think if they're able just to stalemate here a little bit, they still have a good chance to be able to regain that meat grind. Especially that it's kind of getting a little too spread out. You can see the attackers for 50A still putting on a really, really good fight here. You can see Barbas is already back in here with his outpost. Both teams having to dedicate a lot of infantry to defense to stop each other. This is actually very interesting to see. This is a 40v40, which is the first time I've got to see this particular matchup. But it's been a pleasure. Bombing run goes in on offense with this cap pressure starting. You can see, is this a airhead potentially? I mean, oh no, that's just a two OPs loading up this point here, and you got to be worried if you're 75th. You see, they have 3 garrisons near the point, so with that reinforced, they might be able to slow it down here as these guys trickle into the hard cap, but a lot of hard cap pressure from these guys. Artillery now correctly calling out that concentration of them, and I think you'll see this kind of get tested away, but I think that's going to pull these guys back. It's going to let this garrison get taken out and kind of reset a lot of what 75th has worked towards there. So what a play here by 50A, and really showing how it's done. Force and action from 75th, and you can see that what was once, a threatening situation is a little bit more tame for 50A. So really good play. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense, and especially when you got guys like Julkio over here just shredding everyone that comes past him in this spot. Look at this. Gotta be careful it doesn't get his... Oh no, his legs are safe. Oh, leg is exposed. This middle is kind of getting a little bit more cleaned up as 75th sends more and more reinforcements. I think that rocket from Wash just takes out the outpost that was on the point for 50A. And then it's just going to be the same outpost that we had earlier that's now getting farmed by artillery once more. On offense, things really did settle down. They were able to completely retake this shed, which is a key launching off point for attack for the 75th, so that's massive for the defenders. You'll see this start to get a little bit cleaned out as this manpower imbalance is pretty massive, with 75th dedicating a lot of people to clean this up. Ooh, these guys just missed each other, these two SLs. I think that outpost might have went down. I think they had an outpost here. And now, other than Julkio over here, this point is clear. Let's take a look at the map again. Some lingering people back here maybe for Oh no, this is just a Greyhound that goes down. Let's see what's going on this forward line here. We have a squad who's gotten all the way into the point here, which is impressive. It is reinforced by a 76 that we see on the left side of our screen here. An outpost over here. The garrison. Yep, that is a garrison. Stacks is really in a bad situation as he goes down to spears there. That's going to be a really hard defensive point to crack for the 75th. Julio is still over here, just being as much of a pest as possible, I'm sure. Oh, but Duck puts an end to that. A little bit of a reset here, though. You know, it's gonna take a little bit for 75th to get back set up here. We do have a heavy up. You know, this map is really the only snow map where it's a little bit harder for tanks to exert their power. There's so many trees that hamper the sight lines. A lot of the times, or I should say, even more so, are pings important for your armor guys to figure out where they should be looking and how they should position themselves. So, you know, if you're getting into this game and you're wondering, like, what's something easy that you can do to be the best player that you can be, like, putting down good pings is massive. In a game where the only sort of feedback you get in that is from other people calling things out, it's great for infantry, but it's even more important for tanks. If you could get a good ping on a tank, you enable a shot that couldn't otherwise exist. So take that away from this at the very least. And you can kind of see these advanced forces that are part of Kanzi's squad, and I think it was Stack's squad over here, already kind of putting some pressure into this point and forcing some defense. We see a hit go in on that 76. I'm not sure where the Tiger's lurking right now. Can't quite see him, but this tank is safe for now. See on the map. Could be an AT gun as well. More spawns in on this defense. Looks to be like a squad and a half dedicated to it, I would say. And this is really tough. Oh, they were satcheled! No way! Oh my goodness, that's a dead 76 because of a really, really sneaky satchel there. Now we have Bear Claw up here with the STG in really prime territory to use it right on top of a garrison. Only one defender left, just Jose, who has the MG. It's going to be a little hard for him to defend. Grenade goes out. You might see a Gary spawn wave here. We were getting real close. OP goes down. And Garrison will go down as well. And with that, cap pressure begins. I can't imagine. Let's see if we can spot out where this spawn wave is going to come from 50A. It looks like they have a little bit more ground, probably to the northwest. Oh, there's one over there in the east. It's going to take them a second to get into a point where they can counteract this hard cap pressure, because every one of the guys that you see on your screen now, for the most part, is 3x the cap weight here. So a lot of weight coming in for 75th. And a good opportunity to cap here. With that Now we see the medium moving up to capitalize off of this. 50A working to get back, but getting caught out in the open by the likes of Easy, Mr. Morphine, washed out there in the east. Barbas is coming back here from the west side. He goes down to wet. And just these frags getting won by 75th right now, so important that these individual kills as you're catching these guys coming back towards defending the point. Keep them in the KIA screen and they won't be counteracting your weight on the point. Now just a game of stay alive and secure the cap, and the cap is secured by 75th, and we will toss that up here as well. Really solid push there by 75th. Seems to have come all at once, and you're seeing the consolidation begin. These guys not pushing up a ton. It is a long way to US camp, which is a double-edged sword because it's far for 75th to run, but it's also a tough defensive line to maintain. The push is going to have to look something, like this coming off of it, with a lot of pretty tough ground, but this meat grind is going to have to settle for now. We have Node Destroyer. Hopefully not in this game. And Kakario, Chundao, all in this point here. And those three guys in that house are going to be extremely hard to take out with anything other than a satchel. So, Tank is also shooting at it. Seeing Destroyer. Oh no! It's lifted out of his boots. Still a point that is very much in flux. Judging from this, you can see all of the 75th guys pushing up from the south side, and just the opposite happening on this side. This medium that's playing here is going to be really important. I'm not sure if this is the medium from the start or if this is just like one of those free mediums, but in a situation like this, you can get a lot of value out of it. At the same time, though, we see the other medium going in to take it out, but immediately under siege by Easy. Easy with one rocket into the back. Oh, this is not a medium. This is a 76. Easy goes down to Kakario, and this 76 is kind of in a tough situation, but no ATs around, so he should be okay for now. We see Washed, who probably has that satchel, so he's got to watch out for him. And this is a dangerous spot for this 76 to wind up in right now. We see JT Izzle over here with the rocket loadout on your right side of the screen. We have Easy making his way back. Private Pile Driver all pushing forward. Private Pile Driver is going to take the shot. Gets one into the side, I believe. I don't think that was tracked. We see Wash still chasing this guy. He's going to have to flip around to deal with Wash. Oh! But he gets splashed. Now Easy gonna go for the side shot. Oh, and the double tap by Pile Driver and Easy. What a play. Look at these beautiful, beautiful AT guys all swarming to that. Good work, guys. Now that's an AT swarm, ladies and gentlemen. Golly. Tankers, close your eyes. It's so tough to deal with. You can see the consolidation nearly completed for the 75th. We see rockets now going out over here. Looks to be a spinning Stewart. I don't know if Whoopi has any more rockets. Oh my gosh. Stewart's under siege. Waco gets him. And that's a lot of rockets expended in the last 90 seconds there, ladies and gentlemen. Golly. Massive spawn wave over here. This would be a garrison in the red zone. These guys are going to be pushing out now towards the west into the farm once more. And we're only just over 35 minutes into this one, if you can believe it. I feel like there's been so much action this whole time. It's been hard to I look up and see how much game time is left. You realize that 50A doesn't have to do anything crazy. They just need to put, you know, their head down and, you know, take the ground little by little and focus on the little things. We're not in desperation territory here. You can see Cornbread Fred, who looks to be sniffing out a spawn over here. Cornbread with the 1 kill. We have our old pal Barbas over here now again. Cornbread gonna look to maybe place a outpost or... See if he can... Oh, he does get Barbas over there, and I think he's on to spawn point, but Vio, who this whole game has been defending outposts really well, takes him out there. Let's see what's going on this further east side. We have option their recon over here. Park has got a knack for weaseling his way into the points here, so good work here, getting that outpost down, maybe injecting the sniper over here, which is exactly what we're seeing happen with Horty, and with that FG-42 as the Germans, you can do a lot of damage, you know, with just 2 guys, especially with the flares. You know exactly where everyone's going to be, and you have the most overpowered weapon in the game. You know, these snipers nowadays are completely unleashed on the battlefield with not having to really worry about artillery. They can dedicate their full time to being as painful as possible. Across the competitive community, you'll see differing opinions on how valuable that they are. You know, some teams don't really put snipers in on the roster. They more rotate people into the position throughout the game. And some people, you know, will roster a sniper and run one the entire game. So I think particularly in the divisions where there's less players, I think it's more interesting to see how that manpower is allocated. But even in the 49s, it's far from a clear-cut, everyone does one thing. So I'm happy for the snipers that they get to actually kind of play the game now with you know, unkillable Artie. But you know, that's a position that had a big glow up in this last, let's call it 2 years. We can see, you know, the slow going of trying to get out of here. We do see a precision strike called. Let's see if it's able to get this tank. The German P-strike is notoriously difficult compared to the Americans. You only get the 1 bomb, so let's see here. Oh, and a perfect hit by the commander, Nash, and expertly called in by either Shower or the recon, but wow, perfect strike. love to see a perfectly executed P-strike with all the jank that can sometimes surround them. When it hits, it's all the more special. Julkio is back into the point somehow. This guy is a menace with that shotgun before going down himself. And then we're in another blizzard, everyone. These players can't see anything. So let's take a look at the map. Recon going out on the US camp. Gonna kind of gauge what the what 50A has over there. You can see that they're starting to pivot. That new blue line, Gary, just going down by Charlie squad, and this blue-red line starting to become conquered. Easy squad moves up his OP, gonna start moving towards the east and wipe this red-blue line out. I'd like to join with Easy Squad and watch that. So we have Yogurt over here. Where's our guy, Yogurt? There he is. So these guys are just going to be sweeping this blue-red line and taking out these spawns. You can see he's already on to one. If you want to find people, guys, that's the way to do it. These guys are in the middle of making a garrison, actually. Barbas builds the garrison next to his outpost. We have Bio over there. Takes out Yogurt, which is a big play. Gonna let that Gary get at least one wave off now. And that's pretty huge, but now it's down to Orville Ketchum and Brando. We do hear a 75, so a medium over here, but Waco, not sure if he has any rockets left, or this tank does see him. Or he's aware of him, I should say. Oh no! Gets one in him before Mahojoe takes him out, but he is in a safe spot now. Really patient play there. On this front line, you can see just one guy in the hard cap causing problems. Blackjack 21. And it looks like Countryman is probably playing the on-point defense role for 75th. I saw him committed to the defense of the third point, and now here he is pushed up, probably calling chevrons for the team. Which again, guys, such an important thing in competitive stuff nowadays, where you have a guy where, you know, for better or for worse, his whole job is calling out the chevrons on the point and making sure the team is aware of any threat to that that hard cap. So he's doing a good job at that and keeping this point clear. A lot of those outposts that were sustaining that push that we saw, you know, only a couple minutes ago, now having been wiped out. A little bit of cap pressure here too. Maybe a little bit more than a little bit of cap pressure. With some soft cap going on. You can see just how many guys are out here in the north and northwest for 50A. And yeah, I mean, to be able to soft cap like that takes a lot of your team. So very impressive. We'll see what the 75th Rangers do here to kind of combat that. We'll station up here for a moment. We have Tony going to be crossing the field here. Just taking little shots with that STG, one taps. Tony, a player who's played with some D1 teams, you know, in scrims and stuff like that. So certainly a very, very skilled player here, and one to watch out for, you know, on the Archon after this one ends. Especially getting to use that STG. You can see this slowly getting overcome now by the 75th. Bombing run comes in ahead of the infantry here. You can see this is a 50A bombing run. Chuchi is gonna try to follow that in and see if he can't locate the outpost that's over here. Easy sees him, but Chuchi's able to get into the trench. Battle here now. Chuchi with the better positioning. These two guys are gonna stalemate. Julkio gonna step in to help his buddy, and does. Easy goes down. And there is no outpost nearby, so this next threat that's gonna be appearing is going to be Qonzer and Bearclaw, but they have to go across very unforgiving territory to get up to this hill here where Chuchi has a dominant view of the battlefield as he takes out Bearclaw and then puts a couple rounds towards Qonzer. He's going to shift up his position, try to confuse where he's going to be, taking this ground, but is going to get caught in this last little bit by Qonzer with a really good shot. Little micro battles matter so much here when there's so little manpower to go around, dedicated to other places on this battlefield. Julkio's playing the flank role here. Is going to move out further, but Easy spots him and takes him out. So a little bit of a pendulum going back and forth here. But look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Able to get a garrison sneaked up over here just about 250 meters from the final cap. You have Showerhawk, Stacks, both as SL moving up here. Park is here to now throw up some flares, and I think when they toss those flares up, as you can see that they have, they're going to say, hey, clean push into point over here, boys. We might see some pressure. It's going to be maybe as these guys get into hard cap. 3 guys now spawning here. See if we can't spy out the garrison that that 50A might have, and cap pressure does begin. Oh boy, where's the spawn going to come from, ladies and gentlemen? If we see it come from far out to the top left of our screen, that's going to be dangerous, but we do see a spawn in over here. Here's the garrison. So really the play is going to be everything you see on your screen right now. Showerhawk goes down to Labayo, and that's going to be precious time for these guys to get onto this garrison. Whoopi might be aware that there was a garrison spawn there just from what he, felt on the point in terms of the cap pressure. Cap pressure resumes once more with that kill. We see another outpost here that I think Bearclaw might have taken out through the tent. Those two guys hearing each other. Oh, Node able to take out Bearclaw. Supplies coming in for the allies. Showerhawk now back on the ground and closer than ever to this garrison. Just Blackjack here, holding it down. Blackjack with the rocket takes out the outpost, I believe, inside the tent. Conman takes out Blackjack. Showerhawk takes out the garrison. And now we're in a really, really dangerous spot for 50A. Those supplies are down on the ground, so an SL can jump out here and build this. But an SL I do not see around the point right now. It's just Roach over here and Sergio and Baba Yaga in the recon. Biddle, he can get an outpost up. Oh, Jay Tizzle just misses the Greyhound. He does get it. The Airhead, I believe. Nope, those are German supplies. Wouldn't have surprised me to see an Airhead in here. Oh, and we do see an Airhead over here. Gonna reinforce this. Gonna kind of envelop 50A here. You see Morphine and Whoopi now kind of pushing from the area that I don't think 50A is necessarily expecting. Then we have Showerhawk and these guys up here on the front line. And every kill matters here, guys. Every single kill. Showerhawk with a very dangerous outpost here. Now an opportunity. Oh, that satchel. So smart of a play. Outpost now adding more and more pressure here. We look at the map. Airhead adding more and more pressure into the sector. Every kill here, guys, is one that can potentially stall out this game or end it early. Bombing run, or nope, that's a recon plane coming in. Gonna expose all of these guys pushing, gonna divert some of these guys to look towards their west. And 50A looking to end us here early at half cap. Just one tank over here, Whoopi reloading that rocket, takes it down. And what a game that's been played here by 75th all match. Look at this shift of manpower that they're able to execute here. And I think a lot of the chatter that you might have heard previous to today about 50A, or I'm sorry, about 75th and being a dark horse, you know, they've certainly shown it. And 50A able to recover for some insanely tough positions. But here just on Elsenborn, and a little too tall a task to reverse. We have a tank pushing in for 50A. I believe this is their heavy, and when this gets into the hard cap, you might see it stall out here for a second, so never say never. But I think that'll do it, and that will be a 5-0 for the 75th Rangers in just about an hour here. So incredible match for us all to watch here, and a really great way to kind of kick off the season for me. So or at least the 40v40 divisions. So I hope you guys all enjoyed as much as I loved casting it, and we will see you tomorrow on this channel for Taco versus Dark Horse, a Division 1 matchup. But as always, stay tuned to the Premier League Discord for all of the events that are going to be going on the rest of the day today and into the small hours of tomorrow. So with that, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Take care,